All right. So, ladies, thank you for joining me. For those who are watching that don't really know who I am, my name is Paul Orlando. I am the community liaison for Right at Home, who services the Harford and Baltimore County areas. What we do is we send caregivers to people's homes, wherever they call home, to help them with anything that they really need to keep them independent and thriving as possible, as far as from companion care to personal care to med administration. We provide that one-on-one, significant, relevant care for the folks who really need us. And one of the hot topics that we deal with is Alzheimer's and dementia. And so I have with me here three wonderful ladies from the Alzheimer's Association. And what we're going to be talking about today is, I know with COVID going on and everything happening in the world, things are obviously a little different. Things are not progressing like, they usually do. So we have the Alzheimer's Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up in October, and it's just a slightly different format. So we're going to touch base on that today to really kind of inform people about the amazing things that these ladies do every day and how this walk can help everybody. And, this hits a little close to home with me. My grandfather, unfortunately, has Lewy body's dementia. And so these wonderful ladies have certainly helped him with the Memory Cafe and, just being a guiding light for us with him. So we're going to start by introducing these wonderful women. Melissa, did you want to go first?
Sure. I am Melissa Snyder, and I work for the Greater Maryland chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, and my main duty is to coordinate and work with volunteers to carry out the Greater Baltimore Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Awesome. Nicole?
And I'm Nicole Gorski, and I work in the same capacity as Melissa, handling the Harford Cecil Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Awesome. And Harford County is where I was born and raised, so it's got a close to my heart. All right, Christy, how about you?
And I'm Christy Morose. I'm the program manager with the Greater Maryland chapter. I mainly recruit and engage volunteers who deliver our association education and support programs.
Amazing, awesome. All right, so did you guys want to start off with maybe just a little bit of background on the Alzheimer's Association, kind of how things got kicked off?
Sure, I can take that. So the Alzheimer's Association was founded in 1980 by a group of family caregivers and individuals that just recognized that there was a need in the community for an organization that would unite caregivers, provide support to those facing Alzheimer's, and also advance research in the field of Alzheimer's. And today, the Alzheimer's Association is the leading voluntary health organization in Alzheimer's care, support, and research.
Awesome, yes. And Alzheimer's Association is a nonprofit, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's what I thought. All right. Okay, so then moving into our favorite topic ever, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up in October. Right at Home specifically, we have partnered with the Alzheimer's Association for at least ever since I've been around. For the past 2-3 years, we've done the Baltimore and the Harford and Cecil Walk. Both wonderful. The Baltimore is usually in the beautiful Canton Waterfront Park. And then I know the Harford last year was at the Aberdeen Ironbird Stadium, which was an amazing walk as well. But things are a little different this year, unfortunately, with everything going on. So did you want to touch base on how things are going to be new, but things are still going to be exciting this year?
Exactly. Melissa, I can take this to start with. So this year, in order to ensure the safety and health of all of our participants, we will not be gathering in large groups. However, we will not be going to just a virtual walk. We have a mix of opportunities and platforms that will allow people to connect on walk day. We will still be hosting an opening ceremony and promise garden ceremony, which is really a key point of the walks, to share that story of how people are impacted by the disease. And we will do that online. And then we will encourage our participants to go out into their own neighborhoods and communities and walk with their family and friends and their coworkers in safe groups, and then come back together after the walk and celebrate what we are accomplishing as part of the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And we will have some interactive components that will really allow people to feel connected to others on walk day and leading up to the walk.
Awesome.
Just to add on to that, Nicole, I think that was a great summary of what our walk is going to look like this year. But I want to point out that we do still have 6 walks in Greater Maryland, including the Greater Baltimore Walk and the Hartford Cecil Walk. In addition to those 2, we have a walk in Anne Arundel County, a walk in Howard County, one in Western Maryland, and also one on the Eastern Shore. And those dates span from September 26th all the way through October 31st this year. So we have a unique opportunity this year where if you live in Baltimore and you can't participate on the Baltimore Walk Day, you can always jump on to another one of those Greater Maryland walks, still walk in your community, still feel part of the bigger picture, but fits into your schedule. So
Yeah, and there's definitely, Maryland has a bunch of different, paths and trails, and just even your neighborhood that people can certainly get out there and still, make a good hike of things for it. All right. So then going on, I know that there's not just the walk, but there are other programs and other things that the Alzheimer's Association does, with the support and to help families and folks who are suffering. How is the shift to the virtual program, how has that affected the different support programs out there that you guys have?
Take that. So back in March, when everybody, when the shift to virtual really happened, we moved everything from education, support groups, the memory cafes, like you mentioned, that your grandfather had attended, social engagement groups. We moved everything to a virtual platform. So, now we're at the point where we're leading over 30 support groups every month, either over the phone or on platforms like Zoom or Google. We're also successfully delivering our education programs, at least 2 a week, and offering an early stage program every Friday at 11 o'clock. So we're doing things like taking people on a virtual tour of the Maryland Zoo,
Awesome.
the Walters Art Museum. We have a drum circle, which is really fun. We've done a sing-along a couple of times. So we've been pretty successful in getting everything onto virtual platforms.
That is amazing. That is awesome. Now, and included in this roundtable, I'll include some information for some links for the website, which is, I'm assuming, where a good portion of this information where folks can sign up and folks can do, get a part of these support groups. I know the zoo one specifically, we helped out with last year or 2 years ago for 1 or 2, and it's just awesome. It's just a really beautiful thing seeing these folks and how the smile on their faces and the joy that these groups bring. So it's really exciting and really awesome stuff. So does anyone want to talk about how the Walk to End Alzheimer's has such a positive impact on the community in general?
Sure, we'll talk about that. So the Walk to End Alzheimer's obviously is a fundraiser to support the Alzheimer's mission and vision of a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia, but it's also an awareness event. So a lot of what we do for the Walk to End Alzheimer's, a lot of what the Walk to End Alzheimer's is to bring awareness to the community about the services and programs that the Alzheimer's Association provides free of charge because of the fundraising that happens through the Walk to End Alzheimer's and our other fundraisers. So the walk this year, being everywhere instead of in just one location, gives us a really unique opportunity to spread awareness even more. We'll have people on their sidewalks in their neighborhoods, on their tracks, on their trails, like you said before, wearing their walk t-shirts and spreading awareness about the Alzheimer's Association, so that when someone is a caregiver or recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's, they remember and know that they can call on the Alzheimer's Association for assistance.
Awesome. Amazing. Yes. And then speaking of fundraising and everything, I know it's not just healthcare folks like Right at Home that you all work with, but and then of course I know the Bright Views have a huge impact as well. The different home health, the hospices. What are just some other companies and agencies that are really heavily involved in this walk to end Alzheimer's and the Alzheimer's Association in general?
Sure, we've got companies, of course, healthcare, like you mentioned before, home care, assisted livings, independent livings, nursing and rehabs, but we've also got support from companies that don't really have anything to do on the surface with healthcare, such as banks and wealth management institutions. What else, Nicole?
I think it runs the gamut of companies. We have architectural companies, we have, transport companies. But one of the big things that this helps to highlight is that Alzheimer's impacts everyone. And one of our education opportunities is really to increase awareness, not just among the general community, but among the business community, because often we see the impact of Alzheimer's means someone is a caregiver, and if their company is not aware of the role that they're playing as a caregiver, and there's no dialogue and conversation, people end up leaving the workforce because they can't manage the stress of working as well as caregiving without having that open conversation. And so a lot of what we do is work with companies to help educate their employees on what their what Alzheimer's is, the impact that it can have, and how they can support their employees.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Nicole, that Alzheimer's and dementia, it's not just specific to one industry. It is such a broad spectrum and can affect so many people. So it's really amazing that you guys are doing the outreach to really get the awareness out there and to let these folks know that, there is support, there is help, there are things that, there are people in place that can help you through what is usually a very difficult time for the family. Awesome. All right. So say somebody wanted to sign up for the Alzheimer's Walk. What's the best way to go about that to kind of register a team?
The quickest and easiest way to find the walk nearest you in Greater Maryland is to visit alz.org/Maryland/walk. If they're looking for another walk across the nation, just alz.org/walk will let you just plug in your zip code and find a walk near you. Then you can click the register button and the system walks you through the process.
Awesome. Awesome. And then donating. Just somebody want to just do a donation. Maybe they don't have time for the walk. I know because when you register for a team, you can also start a goal for yourself and your team and to get those donations. But if somebody, maybe just wants to donate, is there a similar process to doing that?
There's a donate button right there on the front of the walk page.
There
so
you
they
go.
can go straight to the walk, make a donation to an event, and support it in whatever way they can. And if anybody has problems registering, that Melissa and I, our role is to help people get registered and to help coach teams on how to be as successful as they can for walk, because we do know that we want people to come together to have fun, but our goal is to raise the funds that we need to ensure that we continue offering our programs and services as well as advancing research. So we can provide some opportunities for people to do some training on how to do fundraising, some of the methods that people know are really successful, and just help them along through the way.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
also, Paul, there's no fee for registration for the walk. We just encourage everybody to fundraise. And if you raise $100 or more, you earn the official 2020 Walk to End Alzheimer's t-shirt. We have additional incentives. The more you raise, the more you earn, kind of thing. So.
Right. Yes, it's amazing. I know I have probably 3 or 4 of those walk t-shirts sitting in my closet right now.
It's a collector's item.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Awesome. All right, ladies, was there anything else that you would like to touch on before we kind of wrap things up?
I do want to piggyback on donating financially. The association has not been immune to the financial impacts of the pandemic, along with much of the public right now. So if you can't donate financially, we are always looking for volunteers to, well, normally it's to help on walk day or do things like be community representatives or community educators, but we still welcome volunteers. We're always looking for great people to help us drive our mission forward. So you can reach out to any one of us to find out how to volunteer or check out our website for some opportunities.
Yes, that is perfect. I think that's a great point. You know, if you can't donate any kind of money, the time is sometimes even more valuable for the help that for you ladies and that what you do. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to post this on LinkedIn and our Facebook. I will include my contact information on there. And then ladies, if you wouldn't mind, maybe have some kind of contact information on there for you all in case they wanted to get in touch with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but ladies, I really appreciate your time. I had some fun. This was the first one ever, so I'm really excited. I hope that, you know, it comes out okay. Hopefully, I'm sure it will.
Sure.
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I appreciate it, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
Sure.